Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
We are exclusively on the Parkville Network. And we have just our friend Heidi Woodard on with us today via Skype, via...
Messenger.
Are you quarantined? Where are you? What are you doing?
Well, self-quarantined in my own house, not directed by doctors, just, myself to stay away from the other rooms where my kids are.
Oh, got it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So actually, it's not a medical prescription. You just said this is a good time to get some space.
Yeah, I mean, if we're getting permission to stay away from everyone, I'm taking full advantage.
Probably a good call.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, can't self-quarantining. Sorry, you guys stay out there. Send me notes.
But Mom, you have no symptoms. Nope, just precautionary.
That's right. I want to keep it that way.
Have you heard of asymptomatic kids?
That's right.
Yes.
It very easily could be asymptomatic. I actually just read a story about that. As a matter of fact, somebody who had no symptoms, but she tested positive, but she's got zero symptoms. Nothing's there. It's like that just makes it's like, come on,
Right.
Give us a break.
Right. If you're going to get it, at least make it. If she didn't get tested, she'd have no clue. Be spreading it all over the place.
Yep.
Exactly.
Are your how inside the Woodard household? You guys about ready to just bust at the seams? I mean, you have you're almost all adults.
We had the full week of spring break, which was already planned. That means it rolled right into our natural spring break, and then this week the teachers are all working on their e-learning curriculums and plans, and I know that they're hard at work because JC's grade school teacher used her as a little guinea pig yesterday and just tested out some of the technology with her to make sure before she rolled it out to all of them. So it's interesting because I tried proactively on spring break doing a couple of assignments, and the boys in particular, keep in mind they're 16 and 18, they were just over it before I got the assignment out of my mouth because it was spring break and what do I think? Why do they need to do it? What am I thinking? This is the dumbest thing ever.
So dumb.
Yeah.
They complain about going to school because they want to stay home. I'll just e-learn.
Yeah.
Can I just e-learn? No, now they have to e-learn. I want to go to school. This is boring.
I want to just go outside.
God,
They
it's
can
so
go
frustrating.
outside though. They can go for walks. They can take Coco for a walk.
That was one of the assignments, Jill. Don't think it was anything intellectual. It was we're all getting out of the house, and I got, I won't say which one, but I got reprimanded that, I passed 6 people, more than I would have hung out with if I would have just gone over to X friend's house. I was
Right. Oh my God! If I have one more conversation, and it's on the daily, multiple times.
Yeah.
Can I just go? Ryan and his family haven't left the house at all. Can I just go to his house in the basement and game, please? And then it's the no, and it's the why, and it's oh my God!
I don't understand the gamers in particular. Always liked just being alone in their basement with their little helmets on.
Mm-hmm.
And they were already connected.
Now they have no choice but to do that. So now they always want to do what they can't do.
And so sit together with your helmet on and not talk to each other.
Yep. Super fun.
That's awesome. So
it's been great.
Yeah. I like the banner behind you.
Yep. This is going on year 2. Mom and glitter. She taped it up to the wall.
That's sweet.
She still thinks I'm cool.
It's you're getting to that point where that's not going to be not much longer, especially after quarantine.
So I'll be framing that and proudly when she's in her teenage years. Remember when you made this for me? You're so smart.
I love it. All right. So other than that, what are you doing to keep yourself busy?
Well, we came down off of the emotional high of the boys winning the state championship.
How weird was that being in that arena with just immediate family and without a huge crowd like you're used to?
Did you notice? You guys seemed pretty you were losing it.
Yeah, we were of course screaming our backsides off, but yeah, it was very strange going in there. I always talk about the dance of they always have a somewhat middle-aged, they always have a woman. I don't know why there's not men who do this role, but when there's a normal crowd, there's the whole section has to clear off before the hundreds of new fans and then the thousands behind them file in. So you're in this cattle call line, and I swear these poor women need prongs, little zappers, because everyone's itching to get into their seats and save, and we're one of them, 14 spots for all their family. And so it's like this poor, smaller town, D2, like is trying to like make their way out, and we're just like foaming at the like,
Get out of our way!
We got cousins and aunts and uncle, and long story short, none of that happened. Like you could have the pick of the litter for your seats, and there was no student sections, which is so sad. Band, dance team, mascots. I mean, everything that makes up a high school game. But I didn't care one bit. I mean, they were they were playing, and we were cheering, and we just knew how close it came to us not having that opportunity. And I would imagine, I mean, I can't speak for all of, but all 8 teams that were down there, just when we got that first game in on Thursday, it was like, well, we got one in, and then like the governor declared the state of emergency, and we're like, there's no way we're going to get another one in. And, well, we got Friday nights in, and like that was arguably one of Bellevue West's best games that they played all season long, was the semifinal game. And up to that point, it was the best game of all season long. And so it's like every game that they played, you just felt like, just, count your blessings. We got to see them one last time. Yeah. And then the championship game happened, and they were down with their backs against the wall. And I think everybody but those boys and the coaches had pretty much given up. And lo and behold, had a freshman come off the bench, score 8 points, get him right back in the swing of things. And by the end of it, they had scored, I think it was 16 straight to win
incredible.
It in like 3 minutes.
And the fact that was the only sporting event going on in the country that weekend, that you guys actually made ESPN. I mean, how crazy is that?
I know.
That's insane.
It was nuts. Yeah. I just love it for them, because they're not going to really truly appreciate what this moment meant. Like, I mean, they'll have their normal, young adult reflection now, but then it's like the next big thing will happen. I mean, keep in mind, like, they're young. They're going to have exciting things happen coming up in future years. Whereas, like, the rest of us are like, I might as well check it in, because that's the highlight of my life.
Seriously, when they get to about 35, 40, and they get to talking about, doing the little Uncle Rico stuff or Cousin Rico stuff and talking about back in high school. Yeah, but our championship, that was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
The pandemic years.
We're heroes.
And we were...
Pandemic years. I hope not years.
Right?
I know.
Oh, my God. But
one of the moms and I were joking, like, literally days afterwards, and we're like, can you imagine they're going to be, like, sipping their scotch in some Colorado cabin with their mid-40s, just talking about how good they all were. And, yeah.
They all got dad boilers, and they're the dad bods, and they're out of shape.
Yeah.
But they were that team.
They did it once.
They were that team.
It's not just a championship. It was that one.
Enough about the kids and being on the court and winning the championship or whatever. Talk about your picture that went viral, your video that went viral from 10-11 of you and your dancing, your daughter. It's hilarious.
Yes.
I liked how it was described as the woman or the lady dancing in the stands.
Right.
It was like, oh my God, dude, do you not know who that is?
Well, first of all, anytime Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus comes on, I don't think anybody can control their innate rhythm.
Fair enough.
I was dancing next to JC, and like in my mind, I'm like, oh, let's really get into it, because then, like they'll have the kid, because I had like, 4 kids next to me, and I was like, and they're, the other ones were daughters of an assistant coach, and then JC was next to me, and then me. And I was like, oh, if I really get into it, like, they're going to get some camera time. And then I realized, because I could see the reaction of one of my really good friends across, because, again, there's not that many people. So I could see her across the arena, and she's just dying, pointing at me. And so I'm like, yeah, we're getting into this. And by the time I had gotten into, like, full dance mode, they just panned over, like, here.
You were full frame.
White mom rhythm.
I liked your move of the bird, the flying away bird. At the end.
The butterfly fly away. It was very Napoleon Dynamite.
It very was. Yeah, it was. So,
you know what though?
In many ways, it was.
I gotta give you credit, because JC, she was watching, and as opposed to what most kids do, like stop, turn around, and walk the other way, she just dug in. She just she totally went full bore. And I was like, that is awesome, because it's like she didn't go, oh my God, Mom, and walk away. She just was like, Mom, oh yeah. And so she just went to town. It's like, that was awesome.
A little gamer.
Yeah.
I've lived through, I'm trying to think, because it started before she had her brother at high school. So she had her brother there the last 4 years. And then her middle brother's been there 2 years now. But I want to say it started about 6 years ago, which sounds right because it would have put her about 5 years old. At the end of the T-Bird basketball season, JC would just cry. Like, and it wasn't for attention. She'd kind of be like over and to the side, sniffling. But then we'd always tell her, like, keep your chin up. Like, it's fine. Like, there'll be another year. It's fine. This happens. There's only one team at the end of every year that can say that they won their last game. Every other team has to end on a loss. Mm-hmm. So, we've had this talk with her since she's been like 5. Well, 2 years ago, Bellevue West lost a Prep in the finals. Phenomenal game again. They were tied going into the fourth quarter, and then I think Prep ended up winning by 10. And, just a mess. I'm an emotional mess, like leaving Lincoln. You had to wait for the team to come out. She's bawling. You had to take the photos, and, you say goodbye to the seniors. And, it's a hot mess. So I look over, and we're 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I can just see.
She was sniffling up.
Oh, she's just getting all worked up, but she doesn't want anybody to see. And I was like, it's fine. And my mother-in-law was comforting her. And then all of a sudden, like, this little run starts to happen, and you can just see the adjustment in her look, and like the realization, like, holy bleep, we've got a shot. Like, we shot, and and it was neat. And then it was like, I've never seen her cry happy tears in my life. That was the first time I've seen her do that. So that was really cool.
She looked like she just got a puppy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
Very few moments can hold a candle to that moment for her. I know I changed my I changed my profile picture to the picture that they included in that article. And I mean, it sums it up. I don't know if I can hold it.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like,
she's just screaming so hard. She should be a meme.
Yeah.
She needs to be a
I
meme.
warned her about the crying. I said, don't cry, because
that's right.
On Nebraska TV, and people are going to make a meme out of crying little girl at the end of their season.
Yeah. She'll be our crying Jordan.
Yeah.
Crying JC.
Crying JC.
Yeah.
You know what, though? It did. We had a listener named Randy who texted us when this was going on that he was shocked to see what you actually looked like, really, because of that picture. And he thought for sure with your deep voice that you had much butchier hair. And he texted us that. And
I'm not helping. I do have long hair, Randy.
Nobody can see you right now. It's okay.
It's not great hair, but it is a little long.
Yeah, you got a ponytail going with the ball cap.
Yeah, definitely not classified as butchy.
Always.
But I mean, I guess with the deeper voice, you could. I don't know how you would think that, but it's okay, Randy.
Yeah, it's okay.
I love it.
Yeah, deeper voice.
And I feel like you can't throw the first stone, Randy, because Randy offers candy to kids in an unmarked van. Randy.
Gloves are off, Randy.
Please prove me wrong and send a picture of yourself, because you're like my new best friend now.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Awesome. Oh my God. Oh my God. So here we are, we're going into week 2, or we're well into week 2. For some people, day 10, 11, somewhere around there. Is getting restless? The troops ready to kind of lose it? Or I know you're trying to keep structure, and they say that it's really important to do that. I saw some people talking about they find it still important to get up in the morning, get ready, get dressed. And I'm like,
what? That's the dumbest thing ever.
And one guy was questioning whether or not he should make the bed, because he always makes the bed every morning before he leaves for work. And he's like, why make the bed? I'm just going to climb back in a little bit anyway. But he found there was something soothing about making the bed and making the coffee, and then going through the routine and keeping your routine.
Absolutely. I will not lie to say that I'm really missing getting into corporate casual business attire. I do not miss that. But I do make the bed. I do get a little breakfast. Just brushing your teeth like people. Just check yourself. How long has it been?
Yeah.
But I had to laugh because we heard from our good friend Melissa. She texted a bunch of the Omaha crew and checked in. And what was funny was Judy, Daniel, and I, who was a vlogger back then too. We have we're the America typical overscheduled. Kids are in everything. Too many activities represented that genre. And we were both, the first week like, this is amazing. Like, not to make light of anything. I don't want to come off as insensitive. I realize people are going through a bunch of really hard times, but to not have to do activities, it's kind of a sad thing that you have to have a pandemic slap you to be like, slow down a little bit. Like, no one's winning a race for being the most scheduled and over frazzled person. And I just think that, when we hunkered down, when they made that proclamation, 10 or less people, and we all just stayed put. I just think that it's really crazy that people have an issue with not being able to connect still, just like we are, virtually. We're doing it, I don't know if people know, through the Facebook Messenger video app, FaceTime on your phone, Zoom. A lot of people are using Zoom. But, even my little subgroup of coworkers are doing virtual happy hours every now and then. And, I'm talking to people who I have not talked to in embarrassingly far too long. So I just always try to remind people that until it happens to you personally, it might be a little harder to figure out how to just sit and chill. But I just think it's kind of a sad reflection on our society that we don't know how to do just that.
I think it is. It's a competition, though, and a lot of people get caught up in it. And then there's that feeling that you have to, and so this in a weird way gave people permission to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is read a book. Maybe it is just quiet. Maybe and not have things rushing so fast. But you're right, because you don't have to hurry. Let's get things going. We got to get in the car. We got to go. I got to drop you here, you here, you here. Now it's just everybody hanging together. Yeah. And kind of, wow. What are we going to do with ourselves?
Kind of awkward at first.
Well, it is. I saw a lot of people doing board game nights, which is awesome.
We do that every night. There's games that we haven't played for decades that we're playing now. It's so much fun.
They have the newest editions of Trivial Pursuit, which obviously they have 9,000 editions of it. But I like the people who dug out the OG.
Yeah.
And realized, and they said, and these are probably in their 30s and 40s, are right there, and said, I never felt less educated in my life. Playing that OG version.
We succumbed and did the 21st century Trivial Pursuit, and the collective knowledge in the Woodard household is pretty sad because we couldn't even get some of those. But did you see what I posted on Facebook about how you realize who you're married to in times of strife?
Oh my God, yes, could you believe to explain.
I'm going to read, Pat, these are the two questions that Ryan was not able to answer, okay?
Okay.
So the first was, who is the singing snowman in the animated Frozen movie, or the animated movie Frozen? So, I can give him that because...
All right, let's see, Pat, who was it?
Is that Olaf?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now, Pat, I won't even finish this question and you'll be yelling it out. What does the eliminated contestant not receive on each episode of The Bachelor? He didn't know.
He didn't know.
No.
How can he not know? That's
you have to try not to know.
That's like it's permeated, whatever. Other parts of society. It's not just bad. You're not going to get the rose. It's just like a common term now.
It's almost
you know what he said? Because again, I'll read it again. What does the eliminated contestant not receive on each episode of The Bachelorette? He dead serious goes, the chance to go on. I was like,
I mean, technically.
He's a very literal person, you know?
Technically, though, if this was a game on TV, the judges would have to review that for a little bit.
By
because
all
that's
means,
legit. It's true.
I think you should make him watch the first season of it.
Yeah, well,
the new seasons are trash. I mean, we thought we used to complain back when seasons 1, 2, and 3 were going down. They were actually pretty well done. Now they're just trash.
I don't know, man. I love it. It's my favorite. I get giddy for my Tuesdays, and I can't wait. And especially for Bachelor. I can never remember the name of the stupid Paradise Island, Hump Island, or whatever it's called. Yeah. But it is an absolute barn fire, and there are girls coming off, especially the island one, coming out of the limos already bawling. It's like, this is going to be awesome.
It's going to be hot. And what's crazy to me is that they literally had to close down filming. This is a closed set, right? For the most part, they aren't really, because they want to keep everything a secret.
Yeah.
But this is the contagion that says,
right.
Well, we're going to have to stop now because we don't have a bowl of those pills sitting in the counter in the hallway.
Last infection I'd worry about being on that island would be COVID-19.
I can't tell you the last time I watched an episode of that, but I am getting caught up on some just really hilarious series. One of them, my good coworker, Mandy, recommended for months and months because she's like, oh my God, this is right up your alley for humor. It's Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
It's such a great show. Have you watched? Did you start from the very, very beginning?
Yeah.
It is such a funny show.
I'm like, have you guys heard of it? however long.
Yeah, it's classic.
It's funny because I see a lot of people catching on to some older shows, and then I realize how much flippin' TV I actually watched. Because I'm like, oh my God, that was 6 years ago. I watched all of those. Are you kidding me?
Loser.
Somebody I just saw said, oh my God, I'm watching Mr. Mercedes, and it is just the most underrated. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's all we talked about. For I don't know how Mr. Mercedes, that's Stephen
so
King thing,
funny.
right?
Yeah.
But at the time, they were doing other things. And
Right.
I was watching every flipping episode of this crap.
For your
Yeah.
job.
For my
your
job.
See, and you're doing
Research.
everything. You're driving everybody around all over the place, so you didn't have time. Now it's your time.
Yeah.
Now it's your time to shine, Heidi. Catch up on all this stuff.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
David, I love Alexis, the sister. She's like my favorite.
Oh yeah, she's David's great too, and the fact that him and it's Eugene Levy's son, so it's a kind of a family deal, which I love. Yeah, it's really awesome.
That's great. Oh my God, when you said that first, I thought, oh my God, everybody's machine just went off at home. All their dots just went off. Because
Oh yeah,
Alexa, let's make it stop. But did you see the latest thing? Speaking of which, that dot does is you can ask her to sing a song for 20 seconds, and she has a song about washing your hands.
Oh no, I did not know that.
Yeah. She has a song about, she says she wrote a song for singing to wash your hands, or maybe it's a soap opera. Anyway.
it's like a Rob McCartney joke right there.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm still bad at the hand washing thing though. It's not. I don't do the 20 seconds. I just can't. I just get in and I just can't. I just don't.
Why? Just take a break.
I just don't because I feel like
20
after a good
seconds.
7 seconds of a scrub, the next 13 are overkill.
That's what she said.
Right.
Anyway.
That's what I've been trying to. Hey, I've been selling that narrative for a while.
I went digging around in some of my junk drawers. Everybody should have one. And if one's good, why not have 4?
Right.
And I found 7 different containers of hand spray that are promotional pieces. Like, right, one says CHI on it. They're like all different brands and different companies had given. I was like, and I just
like
thrown
gold
them.
now.
I just threw them in a drawer.
Yeah.
Didn't care one iota about them. So now I've got one in my purse, one in my truck, one in my drawer, one. I've got them everywhere. But I saw a woman the other day. She walked out of, I think it was out of Michael's. I was driving through the parking lot. I may have wanted to go to TCBY. Anyway, and she gets in the car and instantly, and she's sitting there doing this and rubbing the steering wheel and got the hands all done up and ready to roll. Here we go. And I was
That's
that's
hilarious.
just crazy because you had never seen somebody do that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I always did that leaving
No.
Walmart. Beth and
No.
I'd get in the car for the last 2 years, and she has a little thing in the middle of her.
Are you kidding me?
Every time we get in the car and we'd hand, and it was always no offense, but it was always this Walmart. She's just like, okay, come here, and she'd
Oh
open
my
it,
God.
and we'd squirt, rub, and then we'd
That's
be good.
building up immunity when you go to Walmart.
Yeah,
That's true.
No, that is for
Grab a hold
Have
of
you
that
guys-
for a
card.
lot of things.
Have you guys seen this meme? This was the one I forwarded to some people last night.
Okay.
But this summarizes my last week and a half. It says, so after this quarantine, will the producers of My 600-Pound Life just find me, or do I call them, or how does this work?
Right? Yeah, no kidding. That's hilarious.
It's true though.
I know.
So true.
That's what we were talking about this last week about the COVID-19 will cause the quarantine 15. So be
I heard
careful.
that. That's good terminology. I love
Holy
it.
smokes, it's too easy.
We already moved
Well, and
the garden.
I love how I have equal opportunities to literally like go outside. Well, again, no activities. I've got a nice little walking path in the old backyard where all the bats live.
Yeah.
As they should, not in my house.
I have 24/7 access to that, and I'm just like, I just can't stop eating.
Right.
I know.
That's the problem.
Hey, I got a
Just
question.
The board eating is terrible.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I saw an article about Kelly Ripa the other day, who is ridiculously in shape, right?
Yeah.
She was a ballerina for years, for like 15 years. And she was donning the toe shoes, right? Okay, good, yay. Okay, she's got glutes, shocker. But anyway, she said that she had talked to a cardiologist at one time, and he said that you should every day get your heart to the point where it's beating out of your chest.
I do. I walk up the stairs from the basement every single day.
Sometimes I have to beat Owen to the Cheetos.
Dash, the Cheeto dash.
Quick sprint.
Yes. Try not to wipe out on the linoleum, but
Hey, we did break out. We have a full weight bench that we barely remembered.
Right.
So we put that out. That's set up in the basement now.
And
it's
you were exhausted putting that up, I'm guessing.
What's that?
And you were probably exhausted putting that up now.
Oh, I was upstairs in my quarantine room, and I heard a lot of yelling, and my son was helping my husband bring out the weight bench. And apparently Ryan had just told him, like, don't hit anything with that. And he took out a chunk of the wall.
Right. No big
You
deal.
know.
NBD.
So have you
No.
used it yet?
What's that?
Have you used it yet?
I have used the like foot part of it to do sit-ups on the bench. That's all I've done. And then Austin has been pumping some iron.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know.
You guys would have died because the senior who's like done with everything unless they miraculously get baseball in was on his oversized beanbag with his headset video gaming, and like Austin was over and literally 10 feet away doing chest presses, and I was like, I should take a side by side and caption this second semester sophomore year versus second semester senior year.
Yeah. Totally different attitudes.
Yes. It was quite striking, the difference in their motivation levels to get some workouts in. But Austin, his football coach gave him a whole thing to like get doing. So he's not gonna.
That's good. And you know what? The internet has given us a whole bunch of things to just get doing, from 7-minute workout apps. You can download free stuff on YouTube, and yet we sit 3 knuckles deep in Nutella every night.
I know.
We have everything. It take a half hour just to work out, but it's just, why don't we just do it? We go outside, like you said, walk.
Don't you think this is proving though? Like, I've never been one of those. I'd be like, if I just had more time, my house would be awesome. Because like I know, give me 16 hours a day, and I would be lucky to get my socks folded and put away.
Right.
It's true.
I love the people who are like just now coming to the realization that, I don't meal prep even when I have the time, or I don't repaint the inside of my house even when I have the time. Like, just own your level of motivation.
Right.
Yes.
So from here on out, after this is over, you don't want to hear that. Well, if I had time, it's like, well, we had 3 months or whatever it's going to be. But you're right. And to that point, this is the best time ever to make new habits because everything is off kilter, and you need that time to establish new habits. And you've got them, like they said, people who want a new puppy. This is the perfect time because you're home for weeks and you can help potty train, crate train, or fostering dogs, right? That whole thing, or creating new habits like working out or eating better. Baloney.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go through pictures. That is a realistic activity that I would commit to and actually follow through on. And I think that that's a fabulous way to spend a little of your time, is to go through some old pictures.
Yeah, good. That's a good call because the
Be
whole
sure
family.
to share some.
Please! If you have any of you
I will.
with a butchier haircut, please.
Maybe we should.
Randy'd like to see
we could
that.
start a little Facebook group, and we could just start sharing our pictures.
COVID pics.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I feel like I'm a step ahead of people, when people are like, oh my God, in 2 weeks, everybody's going to start, because I heard you guys talking about it too, everyone's going to start seeing each other's like true hair color and those brows.
Yes.
And no makeup. I'm like, ahead of the curve. You have known what I look like without all of that.
Yep.
Still fresh face over here.
It's true. It's fresh face. I love it because it's the eyebrows, the hair roots are growing out, the nails aren't getting done, the waxing's not happening.
Yeah.
All that. Then we saw the video of Madonna soaking in her milk bath.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I did not yet.
Such a clown.
Craziness. She's got the blonde hair with the black roots, which is all the rage with the Kardashians and everybody else. But then I'm looking at her, I'm like, wait, she's 62. She doesn't have black hair grown from the roots. You know that her roots are not black. Her roots should be gray, but she obviously colored the roots to be black, so it would contrast with the blonde because she's that woke.
She is.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Are you? I wouldn't. No.
Not 1 ounce.
No, you're not.
Stop
1
it.
ounce jealous.
Not
of
even 1
her
ounce.
wokeness.
Oh my God! And that whatever she did to her face too, she needs to stop. But anyway, you haven't seen that yet?
I have not.
I'll send it to you.
I was a big Madonna fan back in the day. And then, of course, I went through my Lady Gaga phase, and Lady Gaga got charged with stealing a lot of Madonna stuff. So I just must like that whole genre.
Yeah.
The 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, quick question about Austin. Austin's the oldest one, senior, right? Who's the senior?
Owen.
Owen. Is Owen bummed about not having potentially graduation ceremonies or kind of missing out on his last few weeks? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And, again, we just have this stark reality of like, if you're going to have everything come to a halt without you expecting it, you had a pretty good way of having that happen to you. Like, you went out, winning this game and being able to, at least that night, we went back and had a little impromptu gathering at one of the local establishments in Bellevue. And then it was like, literally 24, 48 hours after everything shut down, everything. Couldn't even do that anymore. So I think he gets that he was really lucky. But at the same time, I know he would have done prom. We were supposed to just get a luncheon thing. He was supposed to get a award. He would have had to have given a speech. So,
that's a good dodge.
He should still do it to put it on video.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'll make that an assignment. I'm sure that. I'm sure he will gladly fail said assignment.
I'll make that an assignment. I bet they love when she says that.
The graduation thing. You just remember what that was like when you were young. Like, it's just, I guess that's a way to be around your friends one last time and see each other. And it's like a surreal experience that, like, you're all moving the tassel and everybody's going to be off to who knows where. And, it might be the last time you see people. So, I hope at some point they're able to do something, even if it's not what they normally do. But
maybe they could have a graduation.
I feel for so many of the students because, it's not their fault. It's not our fault. No. It's nobody's fault. It's just timing of it all.
That's what it is.
Maybe it just is a delayed, or because, like smaller schools, we have a reunion every 5 years. Mm-hmm. Small schools, like, right? Not a lot of kids in the class. And you hope, and there's some people I haven't seen since graduation day.
Yeah.
Haven't seen them. They never showed up at a reunion. And totally get it. You move on, you go do stuff. And it's hard to get everybody back together, especially after everybody goes off to college. So, fingers crossed that things can get back to some sort of normal before that happens. And who knows even when that happens, if that's going to happen, because you've got some people, and I'm not going to name names, but he's very invested in whether or not there's a football season. And I'm sure some people like that as well. And they're wondering, if we don't get things rolling, are we going to have one? Not NFL. We're talking high school, college. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just like we got to get moving so things can happen, but it's going to be a lot of like kids working out on their own. So they're ready to rock. But that's kind of weird to think that far in the future, but that's not that far away.
I know. It's right. Spring game was supposed to be just in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and again, you still have that. At least I try to talk with them about these are activities you are not allowed to do at this point, but you are still having food on the table. Like, there are hourly workers who aren't doing anything right now. So not only are they feeling the strain of not having the life as they know it, but financially it is devastating. Mm-hmm. So, all about perspective, I guess. And I this is the old lady talking to me, but it's not the worst thing in the world for any generation, mine, my kids, to understand that life is not of our control sometimes. And we have to just, make do and help support one another and love on each other and get a dog. Like I can't disagree with that.
Right. Get a dog. Do another one. Get another dog.
Seriously. And honestly, we've been really fortunate for a long time as far as the country and the way things, this interruption, other generations have gone through things that are far worse than this interruption. And it's still bad, not to take away from how it's affecting some families, that's for sure. But man, we just want to get things turned around and get going again. But it's crazy. The things that you miss that you could have done before, but you didn't do. And now you can't do. And so now you want to do. Because now I'm so thirsty because the well's dry.
I just want to go to the mall and touch my face. I want to go to the rails. That's all I want to do.
Oh my God. Speaking of licking things, did you see the guy that licked the toilet in the airplane?
Oh,
people are just sick.
These are the Corona. It's Corona time. That's the new videos that people are putting out. The kid who licked all the stuff in the pharmacy.
I saw that.
He got arrested.
Like a line of deodorants.
He got arrested.
Good.
And there was a girl that did something, and I think there's a couple, three more that are making the rounds right now. They're looking for him.
What idiots! People are stupid.
Totally.
This is I don't know.
Wow.
All right,
Heidi.
Thank
we got
for Skype and messaging in with us.
After a long day of work, she still has time to talk to us.
Yeah.
This was fun. I miss you guys.
Miss you too.
Get back to the working on your future episode of My 600 Pound Life, okay?
I will. I'm at the top of the talent list at this point.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you later.
You got it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, my God.
It's Pat and JT, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and 402-403-9478. You can text us. Randy, text us. React.